She's making more, according to him, I don't have the actual numbers, in one speaking engagement than an entire WNBA season, and she don't even have to leave.
Instrumental in shaping my career, and we had a sports psychologist and a therapist that would travel with our team and would be there for people that had performance anxiety.
Angel Reese just dropped a bombshell that's shaking up the basketball world. She's matching Caitlin Clark's $100,000 speaking fee. But here's the kicker. Is this a power move or a desperate cry for attention? Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now back to the video.
As a power forward, as a 4, as somebody who shoots within 5 feet of the basket,
WNBA players are getting exactly what they wanted. Here is your chance to prove that you can make it without Caitlin Clark.
Reese went from NCAA champ to struggling rookie, shooting just 39% while Clark's breaking records left and right. The WNBA's ratings are skyrocketing, but it's all thanks to Clark. Is Reese trying to ride those coattails, or does she have something to prove? Picture this. WNBA arenas used to be ghost towns. Empty seats everywhere, TV ratings in the gutter. But then boom, everything changed. What happened? 2 words, Caitlin Clark. Before Clark, the WNBA was struggling big time. Nobody was showing up to games, and TV networks didn't care. It was like women's basketball was invisible. But then this rookie comes in, and suddenly everyone's talking. Caitlin Clark isn't just any rookie.
And Clark can get away with charging very high numbers in feet.
Had, things going on completely outside of basketball that nobody knows about, nobody watching on TV knows about, and, at the end of the day, a lot of people forget we're human.
She's the most hyped player in years. And you know what? She's living up to every bit of that hype. Her first few games, insane. We're talking 19.2 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 8.4 assists per game. That's not rookie numbers, that's all-star level stuff. But it's not just about the stats. Clark plays differently from everyone else in the WNBA. You know those deep three-pointers that Steph Curry made famous? Clark's doing that in the women's game. She's shooting from the logo. Even Angel Reese, her rival, had to admit it. She can shoot threes from the logo. That's not normal, folks. Clark's not just changing the game on the court. She's changing everything off it too. The league's attendance? It's up 48% from last year. We're talking 2.4 million fans packing arenas. That's the highest it's been in 22 years. But here's the thing. Not everyone's happy about Clark's sudden fame. Some players are feeling overshadowed. The spotlight's so bright on Clark, it's like nobody else exists. And that's causing some tension. You want to know how big Clark's impact is? She didn't just have a good rookie season. She broke records. She's being called a needle mover for the WNBA. That's marketing speak for holy cow. This girl is changing everything. And get this, Clark didn't just make herself look good. She dragged her whole team into the playoffs.
She can also make some serious cash, and that's a virtual run right there. And according to an old LinkedIn post, her virtual speaking fee starts at $100,000.
Throughout my career has been the relationships that I've been able to build with people, and every single person you have to approach differently because they come from a different background, they come from a different place.
The Indiana Fever hadn't made the playoffs since 2016. Clark shows up and bam, they're in. But here's where it gets really interesting. While Clark's blowing up, there's another side to this story. A story about what happens when you're not the one in the spotlight anymore. Remember that $100,000 speaking fee we mentioned earlier? Turns out there's a whole lot more to that story, and it involves a player who's not taking Clark's spotlight too well. Get ready for some drama, because Angel Reese is about to enter the chat. You know Angel Reese, right? She was the college superstar who led LSU to a national championship. She and Clark had this intense rivalry back then. Everyone thought Reese was going to tear up the WNBA, but things didn't quite go as planned. Reese entered the league with the Chicago Sky, and people had high hopes. But while Clark was lighting up scoreboards, Reese was, well, let's just say she wasn't setting the world on fire. Her rookie stats? 13.6 points, and 13.1 rebounds per game. Not bad, but not exactly earth-shattering. And here's the kicker. She only shot 39%.
For me, I probably want to be screamed at. Like, it's just everybody's a little bit different. So I think that's what's unique about leadership and being able to understand people.
Just because of one single game. And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role.
That's rough. Now compare that to Clark's numbers. 19.2 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 8.4 assists per game. Clark's not just outscoring Reese, she's running circles around her in every category. The gap between them? It's way bigger than anyone expected. But Reese isn't taking this lying down. She's been all over social media, talking about Clark and trying to stay in the spotlight. She even said, "I'll look back in 20 years and be like, the reason why we're watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too." Talk about confidence. But here's the thing, people aren't buying it. Fans are calling her out, saying she's trying too hard to stay relevant. Some are even calling her desperate. Ouch. And that $100,000 speaking fee? Reese jacked up her price to match Clark's. But instead of making her look like a star, it's backfiring big time.
Angel Reese has done a couple of nice things, added some femininity to the way these women dress. Great. No one's tuning in to watch Angel Reese play basketball.
I'll take that because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas. Like,
people are asking, what has she done to deserve that kind of money? You want to know what's really crazy? While Clark was breaking records left and right, Reese, well, she didn't break any. Not a single one. Her management's staying quiet about all this backlash, which is never a good sign. So what does all this mean for the WNBA? We've got one rookie changing the game and another trying to keep up. It's not just about basketball anymore. This is about star power, jealousy, and the future of women's sports. And let me tell you, next season is going to be wild. The WNBA's at a turning point, and it's all because of Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Think about it. Clark's bringing in fans like crazy, while Reese is trying to keep up. It's not just about who's the better player anymore. This is about the future of women's basketball.
Jealous WNBA players will have the opportunity to earn that credit. Now, players like Angel Reese, they will be given the chance to test their star power.
She's not that skilled, she's not that good. She's an energy player, she gets rebounds, she gets puts back, but no one's tuning in to watch Angel Reese.
League officials are pumped about what's happening. They're planning to ride this wave of excitement, focusing on star power to keep fans coming back. You know what's wild? They're even thinking about changing some rules to make the game more exciting. It's like they're saying, hey, we've got something special here. Let's make it even better. Next season could be a game changer. Will Clark keep dominating? Can Reese step up her game? The league's betting big on both of them. They're not just players anymore. They're the faces of women's sports, and how this plays out could change everything. The WNBA's not just a league anymore. It's becoming a show, and everyone's watching.